You're now a mom and your life revolves around your baby, but it doesn't mean that your feelings are not valid, and it doesn't mean that you are not allowed to feel the way that you feel. You are allowed to feel the way you feel, and you are allowed to express your feelings. Hi boss babes, welcome back to my channel. My name is simonesanangurai, and if it is your first time tuning in, you are more than welcome to be part of the family. And if you're a returning subscriber, you already know that I appreciate you so much. So guys, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to deal with postpartum depression. I'm going to divide all my points into 5 points, and I'm going to be talking about how to deal with postpartum depression. Some women deal with postpartum depression and they're not even aware that they are actually going through what is called postpartum depression. The postpartum depression, it is something that is not commonly known or commonly, like something that is, I would say most in our Black community, most people are ignorant to the postpartum depression. And when they see women going through whatever the case, signs that they may see on women, like for example, if a woman just gave birth and you find that someone does not take care of themselves very well, someone does not they sleep until it's late, they don't take care of themselves very well, like it just seems as if they've neglected themselves. And some people tend to just stigmatize it and look at people and say, all women that, and tend to say when women give birth, they tend to let go of themselves. And in most cases, it could be that person is not really let going of themselves, but they are actually dealing with postpartum depression. So what prompted me to talk about this topic is because as you might all know, that I just recently gave birth. I'm well in my fourth trimester. Fourth trimester is 3 months post pregnancy, the first, second, and third month post pregnancy. So I am currently in my fourth trimester, and within the period of these 3 months, I have I would like to say, I think there were moments in my life where I thought and I felt like I was actually going through postpartum depression. And the reason why I would say this is because I would have moments where I would really feel very low. I would have moments where I would really feel very sad. I would actually have moments where I would actually cry. I would have moments where I would actually regret like having a baby. And these are symptoms and signs that are attached to postpartum depression. I wouldn't want to say like mine was hectic or serious, but I would like to share some points that helped me to go by. I would like to share some points that can help someone that is actually deep into postpartum depression and is like, I do not know what to do. Like, I don't love myself. I don't feel myself. I don't know if I can ever come out of this. And today, if you're a mother and you just recently gave birth and you're watching this, I want to say, I hope this video finds you well, and I hope the points that I'm going to share in this video will be so much helpful to you. So point number 1, always remember to put yourself first. I have spoken about letting go of yourself. Like I've already mentioned, letting go of yourself. As mothers, we often find ourselves in a position whereby we tend to not listen to our feelings. We tend to make our lives, yes, you're now a mom and your life revolves around your baby, but it doesn't mean that your feelings are not valid, and it doesn't mean that you are not allowed to feel the way that you feel. You are allowed to feel the way you feel, and you are allowed to express your feelings. And you are also allowed to continue doing the things that you love doing. As much as it is difficult when you have a baby, sometimes people don't have the same amount of help that others have. Some afford to hire a help. Some have partners that are really supportive. Some have parents that are really supportive, which are grandparents to the kid, that are really supportive, and they can always have more time to do the things that they love, that they used to do even before they have a baby. So you need to always find the balance between being a mom and also doing the things that you loved to do even way before you were a mom. Point number 2, always be open to accept help from others. So now when I'm talking about accepting help from others, of course, as a mom, you don't want to feel and sound as if you are incapable. The fact that you are weak, you are weak at times, the fact that you are tired at times only makes you human. Remember that you have a title of being a mother, but you are also human, meaning you are not a machine and you cannot do it all by yourself. No wonder they say it takes a village. Now I fully understand that saying that says it takes a village to raise a child, because I don't think there is anyone who can do it out there alone. And some people might say, I don't have a village, I don't have a tribe. Some people might say, I don't have parents, or I don't have a partner. Be it you're a single mom and you can say, I don't have a partner to help me, but you always have people around you that are willing to go an extra mile to relieve you from maybe the stress that you have. Go an extra mile to say, take your time off, get the rest you need. And you can, it might be neighbors, it might be, if you're taking your child to preschool, it might be the teachers, it might be your colleagues, anyone that is around you and that is willing to help you. I advise you to always take advantage of the help that people are willing to offer you, because I don't want to lie, I'm guilty of feeling this way. Sometimes I would want to do everything on my own, but I would realize that I cannot do it on my own. And in my case, I'm very fortunate enough that my mom is around to help me. And currently I'm also currently studying, and so it becomes so much for me, because sometimes I have sleepless nights, sometimes I spend the whole day. My baby can be fussy at times, whereby she wants me to hold her throughout the whole day. She doesn't want me to put her down. She can't sleep alone. She wants to sleep on my chest or on my lap. So sometimes the baby gets fussy. So imagine if a baby gets fussy the whole day, and then maybe at night also you are not able to sleep. So it is always advisable for you to take advantage of the help that you have around you. When people want to offer help, always accept help from people, and always remember that you accepting help does not make you a failure at all, but it makes you human. Point number 3, if you must take some time off. It is very advisable for you to take some time off, maybe find someone to take care of your newborn, or if you have more kids, find someone to take care of your kids and go on a getaway. Like, just go somewhere and spend a day or night without the kids, and just refresh your mind. And because, mind you, you have been carrying a baby for 9 months, and you haven't been yourself for 9 months, and then after that you give birth. Now your life has turned around, like, drastically, because now everything about your life revolves around that baby. Like, you're waking up and you're sleeping, your everything revolves around the baby. So it is always advisable for you to actually take some time off if needed. I've promised myself that when I feel like I'm stable enough, I just want like a weekend getaway where I just leave all the kids behind and I just go and spend time there alone, on my own, without anyone, just some time to listen to myself, like, without having the responsibility of having kids around me. Point number 4, talk to someone about how you are really feeling. It is important to open up with someone that understands you better, be it your partner, be it another mom like you, be it a therapist, anyone that you feel comfortable to talk to. If you have certain feelings that you are feeling in that moment, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling like a failure, if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling sleep deprived, I think being sleep deprived can actually cause you to feel sick. So talk to someone about those feelings, someone who can relate to you, and someone who can actually advise you and help you to get through whatever that you are going through. Always remember that no man is an island, and always remember that you should not be alone dealing with whatever that it is that you might be dealing, like whatever that it is, those feelings that you might be feeling are valid, and do not suppress them. allow yourself to feel them, and allow yourself to, we express our feelings differently, but sometimes when you open your mouth to actually speak, this happens to me a lot. If I'm feeling the way that any type of way that I'm feeling, and if I actually open my mouth to speak to someone and express how I'm actually feeling, I actually find myself being fine, even if someone doesn't even have to advise you, but someone who is willing to actually listen to you. And even if you don't want them to say anything, but if you want to let something out of your chest, it will help you a lot in dealing with what you would be going through. Last but not least, point number 5. Look at the brighter side of things. I mean, like, motherhood is not that bad after all. Look at the beautiful creation that you made. Look at the little blessing that God gave you. God gave you that blessing for a reason. And it is not all that bad after all. Like, you might be going through postpartum depression, but it is not forever. And you should be looking into ways of getting out of it. You should be looking into ways of getting out of it and actually be a strong woman, be a strong mother for your child. You should be looking for ways of actually looking at your child and looking at the brighter side of things. Like, look at that child as a grown, look at that child as, look at yourself as someone that God entrusted you to bring someone into this world, entrusted you to be the caregiver of that person, entrusted you to be that person that little baby depends upon you. Because mind you, when a baby is still very little, they depend on you 100%. So the end goal is always for you to getting back on your feet and being strong for that human being. I remember when I was pregnant, I used to feel so guilty that I had a pregnancy that was not planned. I had a pregnancy that I did not expect. Like, it was not planned at all, and it came at I wouldn't want to say a wrong timing in my life, because God already knew what was going to happen at that time. But I would think it was a wrong timing, but God knew what He was doing at that point. So I would often feel so regretful. I would often feel so sad, to an extent whereby I would also wish I had aborted. But I remember speaking to a friend of mine, telling her that this is how I actually feel about my pregnancy right now, and she shared a very powerful Bible verse with me, and that verse had stuck with me since she shared it with me. I've always thought about that verse. I've already thought about that verse and actually thought, oh, this actually makes sense. So my friend shared Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. So when my friend told me about this verse, she was like, it's a verse that I know, but you know, when someone reminds you of a certain Bible verse, it just seems like it's something new to you. She was like, don't feel guilty about this precious gift that you are carrying, because God knew about this child before this child was even formed in your womb. God knew about this child's existence, and God knew how this child was going to come about. So you might be there feeling guilty, you might be there feeling sad, even post delivery, you might still feel regretful about it. But always remember that God only used you as a transport. You are just simply transportation to bring that beautiful soul into this world, and God already knew about that child, and God already has beautiful and great plans for that child. So always look at the brighter side of things, and remember that that is a chosen one of God, and God knows why He decided to place that child into your life, and He decided to place that child on earth, and that child had to come through you. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning into today's video. I hope you found so much value in this video, and I hope the points that I shared in this video are actually going to help someone else. So those are the points, the 5 important points that helped me to get through the feelings that I was feeling after giving birth, because best believed I was not 100% myself. Like I already mentioned, that during my pregnancy I struggled to accept the fact that I was actually pregnant because of how everything transpired, the things that I had promised myself in life, and how, like, there's just so many plans that I had concerning my life, and having a baby was not part of the plan. So when I actually had the baby, I struggled to accept, like throughout my whole pregnancy, I struggled to accept even post-pregnancy. Sometimes I would find myself crying, sometimes I'll find myself sad, sometimes I'll find myself regretful, but best believe right now I am definitely in a good place, and I do not find myself sitting down and regretting anymore. Like, I really do find myself in a position whereby I have accepted everything and I am ready of my new life as a mom of two. And my advice to you is there is definitely like a huge change that comes with a woman becoming a mother, be it it's your first or it is your second, third, or whatever the case might be. And I feel like oftentimes whenever such drastic changes come into our lives, it often comes with different kinds of hormones and feelings, and this can leave us in a position whereby we definitely do not feel like we are ourselves. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video, and I hope you find so much value in this video. And definitely leave a comment down below. If you want to share your story with me, definitely leave your comment down below, and do not forget to also check me out on my other social media platforms. I'm also on other social media platforms, and I love you guys so much, and I will definitely see you in my next video. Bye.